What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Wish everyone good vibes out there. I'm AG, your host. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. Appreciate you all for listening, and unfortunately the Mavs fall to the Milwaukee Bucks. 124 at Milwaukee, by the way. 124-115. Just basically can't overcome the deficit they started off in the first quarter, which I'm gonna go ahead and go into the game clips, which not even clip game rundown real quick. But Tim started tonight with Reggie being out due to rest, so they started Tim inserted into the starting lineup. Didn't do all that well at all. Had another Tim game. Hit a couple threes at least, broke that spell, but still not enough. But the first quarter, man, it was like 7-5, and I swear I blinked. I literally blinked. I closed my eyes, I opened them, and the Mavs were down 18-7. And I was like, what is going on? I mean, obviously I know what's going on. Bucks are just, obviously this is going to be the theme of the whole thing. It's just the Bucks are, there's levels to this, and the Bucks are true contenders. The Mavs are not. So, yeah, man, they went up. And then, honestly, what really got them off to their very hot start is freaking Grayson Allen in the first half goes 7 for 7. Kind of skipping through the first and second quarter, but Grayson Allen has 7. The leg tripper, Grayson Allen, 22 points at the halftime. It was 7 of 7 from 3. Just absolutely, especially in the first quarter. And at the end of one, it was 41-33. The Bucks were up. And kind of once they had that lead, they held on to it like good teams are supposed to. And I mean, got to give credit just a little bit to the Mavs trying to make a run here and there, but they could not play, well enough defense. Just don't have the talent really to match up with these guys. Even with them missing Chris Middleton, they still drew Holiday, and they had, Javon Carter for them was nice. He'd be a nice piece in Dallas, but it was, beggars can't be choosers, and so the Mavs just can't, unfortunately, get enough defensive stops in this game to win. I mean, this is a good Buck squad. This is what the true contenders put away bad teams, and or at least 500 teams. The teams they're supposed to win against, they win, and basically there's nothing else to the game except for that hot first half for Grayson Allen. Our first half, guys are putting up, it was 73-62 at halftime. So we had 62 at the half, but we gave up 73, which is a season high we've given up. So, defense was, I guess, optional. It just wasn't there. They were hitting, now granted, they were just hitting some very hot shots, but, like I remember Bobby Portis Jr. drove the lane, just hit this high, this floater that was like, you could tell even he didn't think that was going in from the side angle, and from the side, and man, everything was just dropping for them. Good for them though. Second half, they did start Seawood. He started in the second half. Did some good stuff, because in the third quarter, beginning of the third, Mavs went on a little run and actually got within 1 point, man. It was 86-85 1 point, and then all of a sudden they go down. I think they hit a 3 right after that and made it like 89-85 or something like that. I can't remember, but they did get it within 1 before Bucks, took the lead back up, and then brought it up to 104-96 at the end of the third. They were up. And in the fourth, it was just, everybody was starting to look tired. There was bad spacing, and maybe it was just mental fatigue too, because there was 1 point everybody was kind of jumbled up on the side. I mean, that's part of it, and especially when you're, comparing, contrasting between coaching styles, because that's basically what I'm gonna get into my notes with coaching styles. Under Rick Carlisle, it was structured where everybody knew where they had to be. If they weren't there, then who messed up because they weren't in their spot. Now with ChEcK, it's a more free-flowing thing, but the negative to that is you got guys jumbled up, bunched over in the three-point line where, all their guys are just standing next to each other, so we can't be having that. And then on another thing, this offense, The offense just has no movement, man. Just no movement. Like, I get it, and obviously we're not running any set plays and stuff like that. But if we're not running any set plays at all, then we've got to bring motion into it. There's got to be motion. Like, if you're not running set plays, it's basically the motion offense where, all right, one guy take it. If not, other guys moving around trying to get other, shots open, for other, other good shot, other good shots open. Basically, what I'm trying to say, whether that's a three or whatever it is, whatever the case may be. But they just gotta run around. You gotta set screens for each other. You gotta set some down screens, set some cross screens. So it's all the type of screens you could think of, and guys just running around. There's a little bit of that whenever Josh Green and when Bertans just came in, because there's some. Well, I don't want to call Josh Green, but I mean the way he's shooting this year, he's a shooter. But the way real shooters just run around, the kind of run around the court, kind of need that. But again, it was kind of clunky offense at times. Just not good. I just hate that everybody just stands around. Like, I get Luka doing his thing, but if we're gonna do that, then we have to have motion. Other guys can't just be standing around all the time, especially when Luka's not in the game, or if it's a possession when Luka doesn't have the ball. Guys have got to be moving around to help get easier shots to open up for everybody else. So, like, if we're not moving, guys are setting off ball screens, for each other, then it's, things are just not looking good. This team really needs an inject of energy, I guess via trade or something, man, to spice this thing up, because it's not happening, man. This was another reality check tonight, to be honest. I'm gonna probably call this the reality check, another reality check. That we're just not true contenders. We just aren't. Like, it's there's levels to this, and we played Boston and lost bad because that game just showed that they just had more talent. They got rid of made Luka get rid of the ball, and that was it. This one they didn't even have to really do that much. Luka got to do some stuff, but they just had a really good team, man, and they moved the ball. They share the ball really well, and they just did what true contenders are supposed to do, even if they're missing one of their stars. But yeah, man, that's what else was it? Do I have in the notes besides man, the offense is really bad. We gotta have some motion in here. Yeah, you gotta give Mavs credit for honestly staying in it, but again, there's levels to this, and if you just don't have enough talent, man, you just don't have enough talent, and you don't win. Talent wins. Yeah, there were a lot of moments I also have written here. Man, the Mavs just minus Louis, they did go on a little run in the third, but there were a lot of times. There were so many times in this game where the Mavs minus Luka never looks like this, but the other Mavs kind of look scared or just unsure of what to do, or at least just to be aggressive and attack. And that goes for shooting too, like attack and just take shots, like Dodo, like stop hesitating, like fucking shoot the ball, like Maxi Kleba, he airballed one, then the next time down, catches the ball, is wide open. The dude, I think they had a guard on him too, was sagging way by the free throw line, and he passes it up because he was scared because he fucking just airballed. Like, true shooters, you gotta keep shooting that shit, and there's plenty of other people, Tim Hardaway, all that type of stuff. Like, y'all just cannot be scared. Like, gotta look to Spencer in his case. He ain't scared to shoot, but would love to see him be a lot more aggressive in driving the paint. He had 13 shots tonight. Would love to see him get at least 15 shots in the game next to Luka, if not more. I feel like his minimum at least should be 15 shots in the game. The way he should be controlling the ball and stuff, especially when Luka's not out there, or even with Luka, learning to be out there with Luka, and kind of making sure you get the ball and take over sometimes. So that way he can get a breather, and y'all both can keep, get out there and scoring. Which, again, to Luka's point, which I'm gonna criticize Luka, I'll criticize anybody, but he's got to start moving around too, at least on offense. If it's not his turn, then at least look like you're doing something. Go set easiest thing is just go to set a screen, just put your big body on somebody else's man, let them run around. Like, that's such an easy thing for him to do instead of just stand there on the wing and just, sometimes just stand there or put his hands down, on his hands on his knees, not even in the play. His guy don't have to do anything for that whole play. So if you can just at least just all right, if you're gonna take a play out there, let me just run down here to this base. Let me set a screen for this corner guy so he could run up and do something. Then he can suck it right into that fucking corner three spot and just sit there and wait. Like, come on, unless it swings back around, you got to get him involved again. But like, it goes for everybody. The motion part really goes for everybody, and we see this in these other teams that we're playing. And we go against, no good news. We go against the defending champs next, so they're gonna be moving the ball just as well too. And I don't think they got a bad record, but they're still the champs. They're actually doing a little bit better here recently. So we're gonna face teams like that, and it's like you see what true contenders are doing, and we have to play that way as well. Not like copycat, but just that's what it takes. Like the ball has to move. Like you can't just rely on hero ball or this. And the way we worked it last year, it could still work if we get another ball handler. But again, we're gonna have to build. We still need more talent on this team to really compete. But yeah, okay, that's my little mini rant right there on this game, man. This is just another reality check. This team is just it's got to make some moves to be able to be a true contender. And I actually do have a little trade nugget right at the end. It's not just an idea someone I want to target. But let me go through this box score so y'all know. Luka tonight, though, did well. Hit a quiet hit. They said on the broadcast. It's true. It was a quiet. Did some loud thing, but a quiet 27 points, 5 rebounds, 12 assists. I think it was season high, 6 turnovers. I saw 3 steals were from 3 of those turnovers were for Drew Holiday steals. So shout out to Drew Holiday, still doing good. But Luka also ate him up in the post. Every time he just posted him up and went to work on him. But yeah, Luka would have efficient night. I wish free throws got to be better, 4 of 9. But yeah, those 5 points really don't matter. In this, well, it could have maybe anyway. But yeah, not enough. Spencer Dinwiddie, 22 points. I'm very efficient. I know I was kind of getting on about being more aggressive. But good night, but I just want to see him more aggressive. I want to see I want to see the volume go up. I want more of it because he's doing such a great job. Just want more. If he was 8 of 13 tonight, good. 3 of 6 from 3, good. And 3 of 3 from the free throw line, good. Like, I want to see those free throws up more than 5. At least 4 or 5 each game. But also did good. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, only 1 turnover. Good stuff for him. But yeah, defensively, everybody did bad. Tim Hardaway, not good. Dodo had a 2 for 6 3-point night, 5 of 9 from the field. He had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Dodo actually did play pretty good tonight. Now thinking through all his highlights, I mean, it's tough to stop Giannis, but I mean, hey, he was doing good. He was being active on defense. I wouldn't say he was a liability. Unlike like Hardaway, just kind of just not making shots. He was getting the quality looks too, and just not knocking them down. And I think that was affecting him because then he gets some like shots, especially I think there was one in the corner. He gets it, and it's a normal like yeah, I've seen Tim pull this. Like he caught it kind of in rhythm, and normally we'll just pull it and then kind of hesitate and then kind of drove, and then it's like once he starts dribbling, it's like nah, you already messed up. You could tell he got into his own head when he starts dribbling because normally he's just a catch. And even for guys right there, if he's in rhythm already, he'll pull that thing because he can get his shot off. He's got a really quick shot release. But yeah, you can just tell he gets in his head once he starts dribbling, even though when he hesitates. Off the bench, Kleber did all right. Bertans, 17 minutes tonight. They're trying to get a spark from anybody. I wish he would have got some more shots up. Only got 3 threes up. Got 1 in, but I think he had an air ball too, but that was already in like kind of garbage time. They're already down a lot, but wish he would have got a little bit more. They see when they bring in like a Bertans, I wish they would just utilize them. Like again, we don't run plays, but it would be nice if we could just like try to run plays to get a guy like this wide open, especially when you got like Luka who could put it on the money. So if you draw up a play just to get Bertans wide open, Luka can hit him, or at least there's somebody can hit him and get him wide open. Especially when he's probably one of our better 3-point shooters on the whole team, besides like Spencer right now. But Seawood, 32 minutes tonight, played a lot. As I mentioned, started the third. Had some good moments in this game, helped cut that lead down to 1. Had some big big moments in this. I was gonna say it's a big threes, but I said moments again. But yeah, it's a big threes as well. 2 of 6 from three, 8 of 17 field goal wise. 21.7 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. I mean, just wish could see more. Wish I'd seen him in the start at the start of the game instead of maybe Tim. That was what I was thinking. Maybe it was gonna happen when seen that Reggie was out, and then they were saying that Tim started, and I was like, wait, what? I get it though, because if he would have came out with the heater tonight, and the rest of the you never know. Like this is a starting five. I feel like though that if they catch fire, it's a really nasty starting five when you got like a rim roller kind of guy that knows how to pass it, and Dwight Powell. And then you got four other guys that can shoot around that. Tim Hardaway, Dodo can shoot, Spencer and Luca. So some good things could happen with that lineup. But again, talent wise, it got to be better. But I wish they would have put in Seawood in there just to see. Like, go ahead, at least. You started Dwight Powell, so might as well get Seawood out there, give you some more length out there to guard Giannis. But I'm no coach, but then we saw Josh Green come out tonight. He had 8 points. He was actually a +5 on the bench like Seawood. He was 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from three. As I said, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and a steal. Uh, Decent, good game, but again, just not enough. It's shots too. It's like 1 or 2. I wish some of these guys, man, they gotta get their shot attempts up, and that goes back to when they were just kind of hesitating, looking kind of scared, and then they end up giving the ball back to Luca or Spencer or whatever, and things just don't go the way. If they just stop hesitating and would just take some of these shots, man, I think things would go a lot better for the Mavs, even with how they're built right now. Just get the attempts up because with the way some guys shooting like Green, the way he's shooting this year, I wouldn't mind him taking 2 or 3 more threes tonight, or at least two. Maybe I don't know about three, but maybe we needed it. But at least 2 more attempts at the end of this stat sheet. Same for Kleba, and two more for Dodo. He had 6, so give him at least 8, if not 9 or 10. And same for Tim. Like if you're starting, they definitely got to have close to double digits in threes if you're a shooter. So just got to see guys like be more confident, man. They just came out and put the beat down on us like they're supposed to. Giannis 30, 11, 4. Drew Holiday, I wouldn't say put the beat down, but they definitely gave us that reality check. That's like, man, there's a level. Y'all still ain't here. Even though they didn't even have the squad. They just play like shit, like they've been there before, man. And they have a lot of. They still had Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, Giannis, obviously, and Bobby Portis Jr. from the championship team. I think wasn't maybe George. Is it George? Yeah, George. Who was he on the team? I can't remember. But yeah, man, they still have this pedigree, this championship pedigree. So they just gave the Mavs the reality check. I'm gonna go ahead and get out before it gets loud in the background here with the family going on. But yeah, next game for the Mavs here coming up. Let me check real quick. Next game is Tuesday. Here coming up, November 29th. It is that home game, so done with that little mini road trip. Get one here game at home before we go on another 2-game road trip. But it's at home versus Golden State. We're just going to focus on this one right now. Not going to go any further into December and all that. This is our last November game. We're 4-game losing streak right now. It's the most in a while. I think the last one they said last time we were 4-game losing streak was like during COVID 2021 or something like that. So definitely rough times right now for the Mavs. The roughest this whole season. Even with those other losses, this is just a rough stretch because we're going to get some good teams and just realizing we're not good enough. Like we just don't have the talent to be good. We have an ultra superstar, but the talent around him is just not good enough. And we love a lot of these guys on the roster, but hey, man, at the end of the day, the truth's the truth, and there's just not enough talent. But yeah, anyway, tomorrow, Tuesday night, November 29th, versus Golden State, at home at 6:30 TNT. So if you're gonna be at the game, man, I hope y'all are ready, rowdy, and proud. loud, all that for the Mavs because they need it. We need to get this win. This will really help us, especially falling to 9-10 on the season now. I think 9-10. Ugly, under 500, not good. We need to get back to 500, over 500, obviously, but get this next win to get us back to 500, get us climbing in the right direction. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Game's gonna be on TNT. I don't know if I said that, but in case I didn't, said it. And that's pretty much it. Yo, if you want to follow on Twitter, it's at Mavs_rundown. This podcast is found on YouTube. If you didn't know, if you're on YouTube, it can also be found on Spotify. Yo, I'm AG. Thanks for listening. Remember, cool heads prevail, and I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.